And joining us in the studio this week, and I'm really happy to see him because he doesn't have his Singapore cane this time, is Tommy Dreamer. Tommy, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
Yeah, there we go.
Shut up, all of you. I'm fighting a cold, so I'll basically just give you my cold
You're probably going to lose.
Beating you with my
cold.
stick. Probably.
Well, Tommy will be here the entire hour. We'll also have Trish, Stratus, William Regal, and Draws calling in today. Taz won't be here with his 2 cents, and I'll have a whole explanation for why Taz is not here. I got a memo from Taz earlier, and we'll clear all of that up in a little bit. So give us phone calls, 1-888-LIVE-WWE. Log on to WWE.com. Watch us on your monitors, and have a good time for the next hour with myself and Tommy Dreamer. Tommy, we got, this whole page is just filled of emails for you.
Sweet.
So let's kind of go down the list here, and I'll ask you the questions. You don't have to read it.
Let's do all of them.
You want to do all of them?
We'll do like your stupid thing you do on Confidential.
Okay,
like
outside
10
the ropes?
questions.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this can be like outside the ropes. How it works. I'll ask questions, you answer them, and then we'll be done. Question number 1. What do you think of the Goldberg era in WWE?
I think it's great. I think he's pretty strong because he hit Mark Henry this week with his jackhammer, and anyone who could pick Mark Henry up has to be really, really strong. He could be the world's strongest man now.
I thought Mark Henry was the world's strongest man.
Well, he just picked him up and beat him, so maybe he just won that title. And there's $100,000 on the line if you beat up Goldberg. And I had that whole ECW experiment thing, so I'm kind of in the hole still. So I was thinking maybe I should go after Goldberg a little bit.
You can make yourself a quick $100,000.
I don't know why you SmackDown guys don't do that either.
Oh, I'm going to Raw.
Sweet.
To try to take out Goldberg.
Hear that, Internet? We're doing a trade. Josh is going to go to Raw for a bag of potato chips. All right.
Fair. Okay, question number 2. Tommy, we received lots of first day.
Go to wrestling school.
Okay, that's the question was how do you become a sports entertainer? And Tommy says go to wrestling school. Have you heard from Chili Willie?
No, he's probably serving over in Iraq somewhere. He's fighting for our freedom. God bless you, Chili. Hopefully you're doing well.
Do you think if Chili worked a match in Iraq that he would come out from Iraq? Because that was his gimmick. He was from whatever city.
He was not from. Oh yes,
he was from every city.
You were an ECW fan.
Oh yeah, big fan. Okay, now we got an email of this is from Samuel of Quebec City, Canada. What is your best ECW moment and why? You don't have to read the questions. I'm not asking to you.
I don't know. I have so many great moments there. I think that night we finally made it to pay-per-view. Barely Legal. And Terry Funk, all bloody, hugged me, and I was full of his blood, and all the fans were crying. It was a good moment.
You did commentary for that match.
I was the worst commentator ever. I actually told them to shut up because they were talking to me through the headsets.
No, the thing was Joey Styles asked you a bunch of questions. You were like, Joey, leave me alone. I'm trying to concentrate on the match.
Yeah, I'm not good at that. Just like I'm not that good at this, but
Well, we're having a good time. We're live on the internet. Everyone loves the internet.
Come on.
Okay, now this is from Brian of Tampa, Florida. How many bones have you broken?
Oof. All right. 16 concussions. I broke my neck. I broke my back. I broke 14 of my fingers. Only one here in the WWE wrestling Christian in Delaware.
Wait, Tommy,
this one now. Look at it.
You only have 10 fingers.
Oh. Well, that means I've broken some more. That's right. I should say I've broken. What did I say? I've broken
14 of your fingers.
Oh. I don't know. However.
You've broken fingers 14 times.
Yes.
Okay.
My nose 3 times. That's where I got this nice bump. Tore my pecs. Both of them. Tore my shoulder. Tore my bicep. A lot of good stuff.
Wow.
I did it all for free. I was hardcore.
Well, let's move on. We have Cole of Baltimore, Maryland.
Michael Cole.
Not Michael Cole. He lives in New Jersey.
Oh.
How is ECW different from the WWE? Which do you prefer? And do you mostly hang out with guys from ECW like Rob Van Dam and the Dudley Boys?
It is very different. I think ECW is a lot more violent than WWE. I don't prefer either. I like both of them. My life has changed dramatically since ECW's gone out of business, and I don't really want to talk about that. And I hang out with everyone. I travel with Bubba Ray and Spike Dudley, and I hang out with Rob Van Dam. I hang out with everyone. I'm a very most popular guy in the Raw roster.
I've heard that.
Remember they had the most hated in the wrestling books and the most popular? I'm the most popular. And I travel with the girls, too. They all usually fight with me to who wants to travel with me and room with me in the hotels.
Of course.
So, look at me. I'm an Adonis. More like Adrian Adonis, but I'm an Adonis.
I've heard that, too. Well, let's take a break from the questions in the email.
Yeah, these are boring. Wait, let's talk about this one.
Which one?
Before. Chad of Bismarck, North Dakota. At house shows, you have been playing a heel on occasion, but on television, when we actually see you, you still play a face. Is WWE confused on where to go with you, and which way would you prefer? Well, sometimes when we work house shows...
It's actually non-televised live events.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Well,
okay.
I'm just reading what the sheet says.
I know.
We got to yell at that guy.
Well, Phil Spear always gets me in trouble.
Idiot. I do as the company says, and recently I ventured on the dark side, and I wrestled Lance Storm, and I had a good time wrestling Lance Storm, as I always do wrestling Lance Storm. I actually hate wrestling as a heel because I have to do every cheap heel tactic to get over with the fans, like, boo their local sports teams. And but the fans usually cheer me wherever I go, so I really enjoy working for the side of good, Luke Skywalker's side, as opposed to Darth Vader's side.
The dark side.
Yeah.
Let's go to the phones now. We have Holly calling from, right down the road in Milford, Connecticut.
Hey, Holly.
You're on the phone with Tommy Dreamer.
Hi, Tommy.
How are you, Holly? What's
great.
going on?
I just want to, first of all, thank you for everything you do. We are big WWE fans here. And I'm just curious what your diet and exercise routine is like to stay in such good shape.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen me lately, Holly? Well, I try not to eat a lot, but when you're on the road, it's hard. I'm not... WWE, there's a lot of cosmetically fit wrestlers, guys who have abs, but I don't. But recently on the house shows or non-televised events, I wrestled, me and Steven Richards wrestled Mark Jindrak and Garrison Cade, and Jindrak challenged me to a pose down, and I actually beat him. The fans cheered for me and booed for Mark Jindrak. So, I don't know, I eat a lot of chicken. I eat anything. Look at me, for Christ's sakes. I mean...
We actually had pizza here earlier, but Tommy Dreamer refused to eat any.
I just try. I mean, I do a lot of cardio. I work out. It's just... I don't know. Most of my weight goes to my love handles and my childbearing hips. So I don't eat anything special. I just chickens, you name it, I eat it.
Holly, thank you very much for the question.
Holly, you should have come down. We got a big studio audience here. Everyone's like chilling and a lot of crazy stuff going on here. Thank you for your call, though. I'll give you a nice bicep shot.
Hey, there you go.
Whoa.
You've been working out. Let's go skip down to the lower half of this page here right now, Tommy. We got Philadelphia. This is Tommy of Philadelphia. Why hasn't Francine received a deal with the WWE?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know why. I think a long time ago they had asked her, and when Paul Heyman was around, and I think they had asked her if she was interested about being a wrestler, and I don't know if she's interested. But I don't really know what much she's doing lately these days. But thanks for asking, Josh.
No problem. On that note, what is your opinion of women's wrestling, and how do you think it can improve? That's from Darlene of, somewhere in Canada. I can't pronounce the name of the city.
Amherstburg, Ontario.
Okay.
What the hell? What was so wrong with that?
It looks...
What are you, half a Mongo?
No,
well... Well, I actually think women's wrestling right now is the best it has ever been. I've never been a big fan of women's wrestling, but I think... Trish Stratus, who will be a guest later on, Jazz, Lita. I think right now Raw has probably the greatest female wrestlers out there today, and Trish, I think, really, really elevated the women's division. When Lita went down with her neck injury, her and Molly Holly just really took it to a new level. Victoria can do almost anything any guy can do, and she's a much more muscular woman. She's a bigger woman. She's hot as hell, but I'm not saying she's fat like me. But she can
Gail
do
Kim
anything.
over there on the Raw side as
Gail
well.
Kim, they do a lot of stuff. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't do anything they do.
Awesome. If you have a call,
Come
give
on,
us
call
one.
us.
888 Live
We're hanging out.
WWE.
Tommy Dreamer's here.
Tommy Dreamer's here,
He
live in the
answers
studio.
anything. He shoots with you all on the internet. You know it. You love him for that.
We could say anything on the internet. Trish Stratus will be here. William Regal Draws will be here with his 2 cents. So,
Sweet.
hey, we got another phone call. We got Mitch
Mitch.
calling. Mitch from Iowa. Mitch, you're on the phone with Tommy Dreamer. Welcome to Bite This.
Hi, Tommy.
What up?
I was wondering who you respect the most backstage?
Who do I respect the most?
Over
Yes.
to me.
Who do I respect the most? Probably Vince McMahon, because of he has done so much for the industry. Wrestlers-wise, got to be Ric Flair, because he's still the man. He still goes out there and works his tail off. So that's about it. I respect everybody who steps into the ring, except for Josh. I totally have no respect for him.
I hear you. Thanks, Mitch, for the call. Really appreciate it. I'm just glad Tommy Dreamer didn't bring a Singapore cane this time. Remember the last time he brought a Singapore cane?
I
He
was
came in
hitting
with it. Yeah. I still ice my shoulders. Oh man, Tom, we got lots of questions on this sheet. Which one do you want to answer now? What? Oh, okay.
William Regal.
William
Let's go
Regal's
to him.
joining us on the phone right now? All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome William Regal live on the phone. William Regal, Josh Matthews, and in the studio with us is Tommy Dreamer. How are you today, sir?
Hello, Mr. Matthews. Thomas, how are you?
How are you, my good friend?
Good, how are you?
Well, I'm sitting here with Josh, so I really can't be that good, but...
We all have our crosses to bear.
Yeah, and I got this kid. I don't know how Taz deals with him.
Well,
So how are you?
I'm very well.
The internet is abuzz. We're all abuzz. What is going on with you?
Well, I've had to find something to do with myself the last few months, so I've got a little part-time job.
Sweet. What are you doing?
I've been wringing out sponges for a one-arm window cleaner. It sort of passes the time, you know.
I like it.
Well, you know, but it's one of those jobs that's going nowhere, so it's about time I came back to work, I think.
How are you feeling?
I feel great. I feel absolutely great that the doctors have cleared me to start training it. Not like training in the ring again and doing all that stuff, so it's just a matter of time before they give me something to do, I think.
And for those fans who don't know what happened to you, can you just tell us what happened a little bit, if you don't mind, exactly what happened? Because I know what happened, but you need to say it, because then internet rumors start, and Josh, he's just an idiot, so...
Well, I've had more ups and downs than a whore's drawers. And it's been everything except a plague of locusts. What happened, whether from, which probably is my estimate, my guess, but I haven't had this confirmed yet. Nobody's been able to tell me this or not, but from previous abuse of my body, as some people know that I did a few years ago, I had some problem with my heart that I didn't know about, and I went to India last year, as you did. Did you go in that time?
I was there. I was actually the only guy on the Raw side who gained weight in India.
Yeah, well, that's, you know...
Because you told me I could eat the food.
Yeah, that cast-iron stomach of yours. And I got sick there, very sick.
Yes.
And when I came back from there, I wasn't feeling very well, and I just kept going and going and, you know, pushing it off and pushing it off. And then it came to the day of my last show, which was a pay-per-view in February in Montreal. And in the afternoon of the show, I just started swelling up. My whole body started to swell up, my ankles, my legs, my stomach, my throat. Everything was like, I felt really miserable. And the night after, you know, I'd got a concussion that night as well. So luckily they didn't let me wrestle the next night anyway, because I was like, I put 15 pounds on overnight, just all swollen up, and then within a week, I think it was about a week, I put about 20-something pounds on of fluid.
Wow.
And so I kept going to the hospital, and they kept saying, well, there's something wrong with you, but you don't know what. So I ended up going to another hospital, and they found out that I had, because at first they thought I had an infectious disease, and then they found out that I had this basically congestive heart failure, when my heart had just stopped working properly. Not a heart attack, it's just
right.
like one of the valves wasn't pumping right and caused me all kinds of problems. So they had to stop my heart and start it again, and then it's just been a recovery period ever since. It was, you know, as soon as they stopped my heart and started it again, which was March, it's been fine. It's worked fine. It's just a matter of time to keep things working fine and to my body to balance itself out again. But I'm actually probably healthier than I've been in a long, long time. I think I've probably had some problem with my heart and not known about it for quite a few years now, because certain things that were happening that I just used to push off, you know, occasionally I'd swell up a little bit, and I'd just, you know, think I'd ate something and just get on with it, you know, and they'd go away for a while, and then they'd come back for a while, and I'd feel a bit sick, but I just kept going and didn't really pay much attention to it. And but since they've sorted me out, I feel great. I mean, I'm training harder than I've ever trained. I'm lighter than I've been since I was 20, and I just really feel good. So, you know, it's whether I've got a problem now. At least I'm glad that, you know, they found out I've got a problem, and it's not worrying about it. I'm just going to get on with it, you know.
So we can say that you're definitely going to come back and get in the ring and.
Well, I mean, I'd like to.
I like you too. I like wrestling you.
Oh, why? Thank you. So kind, Thomas.
I do.
I really would like to. I mean, if I could come back with a speaking role to start with, that would be great, because obviously people remember me more for pulling faces and talking than actually wrestling. But whatever's available, I'm quite happy with.
Well, Mr. Regal, we understand that you were working as an agent for a while after you stopped wrestling. Did you enjoy doing that, and why did you stop doing that?
It was just before we went to Australia. Well, the company went, and I went to see the doctor. I've since changed doctors because this doctor was a bit strange. You know, every time I went into his office, he'd say, "Take your clothes off." I said, "Where shall I put them?" He said, "Over there on top of mine." And no, he's one of those kind of guys. I went in one day and I said, "I feel a bit down, Doc." You know, he said, "Well, go over to that window and put your tongue out." I said, "Will it make me feel better?" He said, "No, I hate that fella across the street there." So,
I respond to this.
anyway, stupid. What happened was the doctor said to me, "If you go on this long flight to Australia, we're going." He was worried about things happening because anybody's at risk on a long flight, but he wanted to like double my medication and do all kinds of stuff, and it didn't sit right with me. I sat for a few hours and I thought, I just can't, I'm not going to put my health at risk for this, you know, so
Right.
I got took off the road, and like it's been up on about 3 weeks ago that they cleared me to come back, so we'll go from there.
Wow. William, sorry, Tommy, go ahead.
I want to ask you another question.
I know you do. Go
How
ahead.
are all your reptiles?
Reptiles are fine. I've just been in there now sorting them all out. I've got some.
Do you think we could feed them Josh?
They probably regurgitate.
I don't want to be fed to reptiles.
Hey, he just said they would puke you right back up.
Well, I hope I
Imagine so.
Well, Mr. Regal, we got a lot of email questions for you. This is one from Harold of Charlotte, North Carolina. Has being left-handed drastically affected your ring style?
No, not in the slightest. To be honest with you.
He had the knockout punch.
Yes,
No, Harold wanted to know.
The hell?
This is for
my
Harold.
one blessing in life that I have power of the punch, and I can knock anybody out with it. So no, it hasn't. No, it's never really bothered me. And times when I've wrestled in France and Spain and stuff, where they wrestle like different side of the body than the everywhere else does. I've just fitted in doing that as well. It never really mattered much to me.
We got lots of phone calls for you too, Mr. Regal. We got one right now. This is Gary calling
Hang on, just one second. We have lots of emails. So there was one from Harold.
Yeah, there's lots of emails.
Just tell the truth, please. If there's only one email.
No, there's actually...
Harold. Yeah, Tommy, you got a sheet there
Look,
too.
there's a whole page.
Harold, we got
okay.
Stuart, Dan, Lisa, a whole bunch of people.
Wait, let's get one from Stuart. All right,
we got a phone call. We got Gary calling from
We're
Beaumont.
live here. Plus, I don't know what the hell I'm doing on this show.
Gary,
so
neither do I.
We got to
Gary's
talk to
calling
Gary
from
first.
Beaumont, Texas. Gary, you're on the phone with Mr. Regal. Go.
Well, actually, I had a question for Tommy Dreamer and William Regal. I just
Okay,
want to ask
shoot.
them, with the dissolving of WCW and ECW, do you feel that the independent circuit people do not have as much to work for in the future, with just one major name to go work for? I mean, and how has that changed it for the future wrestlers that are going to be coming up after you guys?
I can't hear you that well.
The question was with the ECW and WCW
merger
folding and
right.
going down, and there's only one big, there's only WWE. Do you think it's harder for guys on the independent circuit to get a shot, in this company?
Absolutely not. Every time we go, there's more local wrestlers at the shows that are getting a chance to be seen on Heat and Velocity, and I think it's easier. I mean, it's harder to go out and actually work in front of a live crowd, but I think it's easier to at least get noticed once you're here.
Mr. Regal, do you concur with that?
Yes, if you want to get on in this business, there's work if you want to go and look for it.
That's right.
I think a lot of people sit around and wait for the phone to go, and anyway, there's work all over the world. If you really want it that badly, there may be no money involved, but there's work there. You can go to Japan, you can go to Mexico. I've got a friend of mine who's in England at the moment, and he was only supposed to go for a couple of months, and he stayed there for nearly 6. So if you want work, there's work to have. It's a bad attitude to think, well, there's only one company, so I'm not going to, try hard. You've just got to put yourself out there, and the more places you go, and the more you work in different countries, the more you'll get, people will respect and recognize you. So
that's right.
There's never been a problem really. If you really want it, the guys that want it go out and get it somehow. That's the way it is.
Well, let's go back to the emails.
There's actually 13 email questions for you.
Thanks for the phone call, too. We have an email here. This is from Dan. What, did you want to do another one?
I want to do from Stuart of Warwick, England, since we're talking to your lordship, idiot. With all the work you do in America, do you still consider England home? How often do you get to visit?
Yes, I do consider England home, always will do, and last time I visited was in May. I'm going back at Christmas this year, but I was there in May for the...
I was there too with you.
Yes, for the pay-per-view, and I went and did the publicity before, and it took me about 9 years to get over the homesickness of being in America, and I went back for 1 week, and the sun was shining, it was great, and I had an absolutely great week, and I've been a little bit homesick ever since, so yes, I never feel like I fit in America at all. It's just a place to stay. I always feel very English. In fact, I've probably got more English the more time I've spent away.
Well, Mr. Regal, listen, we really want to thank you for joining us here on Bite this afternoon, and we're looking forward, I'm sure everyone is looking forward to seeing you back on WWE television as soon as possible. But thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for your time.
Is that it? Are you just getting rid of me now?
He's blowing you up, disrespecting you right like that,
Well,
a veteran of your...
Well, no, that's I mean, that's not what I'm doing purposely. I mean, I don't want to take any more of your time. I know Tommy doesn't either.
Why are you throwing me into your heat?
I mean, Mr. Regal, if you want to stay on the phone, we can talk more if you want. There's more email questions.
Well, let's answer some then. Bloody hell, I've been sat at home for 8 months. I haven't got a chance to do anything, and now you're cutting me off. What's the matter with you?
Well, you know, there's also producers here, and we have a surprise caller going to call in.
Oh, well, I'll
we
let
have
let
Trish
you go.
Stratus pushing her new DVD. We got to
right.
talk
Well,
to Trish.
Right, no,
And you
well,
know how
no,
Josh likes to look, you know, like he's a ladies' man, and all these girls are calling him, so you know how it is.
I wouldn't wish to get in anybody's way. No, I'm just playing around a little.
Now you hurt his feelings, Josh.
Why
William Regal,
He
you
can
need to come
he
back
can
on
stay.
SmackDown and smack the living crap out of this young punk.
Well, thank you.
I love you, sir,
thanks
and I
for
hope you
having-
get well.
Thanks for having me, and I will hopefully see you all soon.
Thank you,
All right,
Mr.
bud.
Regal. Maybe we can have you back on the phone next week. We can talk to him
No,
again.
he doesn't want it. He's got something else to do.
Okay, well, Mr. Regal, again, thank you very much for your time. Tommy, thank you for being here live in the studio.
I got to leave, too?
No, you're good. You can stay a little longer,
What are you,
I
like
guess.
the boss?
No, because there's lots to get to. And Phil Spear
how
gets
does
mad at
Taz and Dr. Tom deal
me.
with you?
Phil Spear gets mad if I don't get in all this stuff. Look,
Now
he's
you're
got-
passing the heat to Phil Spear.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's go next.
All right, let me do the... Mr. Regal still on the phone?
No, he hung up on you.
I
He
just
hates
like
you.
to listen. Well, man, it's quite pathetic, really.
It's quite what, sir?
It's quite pathetic to listen to you squirm.
I know. I know it is.
Right, I'll go now. I'll just, I just enjoyed that then. Right, I'll see you all later.
Okay,
Take
thank
care.
you. That was tremendous. There's Phil Spear playing more tricks on me. Phil Spear's got me more in trouble with the
He hates
superstars of the WWE than anything I could have ever done.
Uh-oh.
But what'd you do?
I don't know. I
Okay,
lost everything.
I want to do the thing now about why we're not going to have Tales from the Hook on Bite this week.
Why? Everyone wants to know.
Everyone does want to know. Apparently, Taz is on hiatus again this week. That means he's on a break. This week because Taz is in Orlando, Florida. Taz is at the Epcot Center recording his new music album, It's Country Bluegrass. The name of his band is called Announcers Blues. Taz is the lead singer because he wears an orange straw hat. Michael Cole desperately wants to be in the band, but Taz won't let him in. But Cole wants to be in the band, so he's been perfecting his banjo and ukulele styling. However, every time there's a break in the studio recording, Tommy, Taz goes outside an Epcot Center and beats up the tourists because he hates the solar system. You know Taz a long time. You know he hates the solar system.
Yeah, he has big heat with the Big and Little Dipper.
So that's why Taz is not here this week.
Now,
maybe not next
shut
week.
up.
Because maybe he's got...
We're afraid. We're sorry that Taz is not here, but I put a special request in for one of my favorite divas, and she is on the phone right now as a surprise and as a special favor to me, Tommy Dreamer. Stacy Keibler
All right.
is calling in. Stacy, are you there, my dear?
Yes, I'm here.
Keebs, what are you doing?
Hi, Dreamer.
How's everything?
Well, it's very good. I got the call that you requested me to be on, so of course, you just knew that I was going to call in, right?
See how all the chicks still dig me? Well, the reason why I wanted to have you on is because Trish, who's an advertised, person who's going to be here, and I know about this whole babe thing going on the internet.
Right.
And I want to know, how you feel about it. It's you versus Trish, and I know you guys are good friends, but it's coming down, and I feel you needed to plug yourself on the internet a little more because Trish should have, we need equal time here.
Well, thank you. You see, that is so nice of you.
That's why you guys love me.
Yes, I do love you. I have to say that out of all the people that I've had a chance to work with, you are the most fun person that I've ever worked with.
She likes me, Josh.
Yes, and for other people that haven't seen us work together, you can see us on Heat this
week.
Sunday.
Me and Stacy.
But yeah, well, thanks for letting me put myself over a little bit. I think that it would be really awesome to be on. I would be honored to be the Babe of the Year. And
I agree.
Since Trish has won for 2 years straight, I think that Trish would love to pass the torch to me.
I think, and both these girls told me that if they tied for double Babe of the Year, they would do like a double Playboy centerfold together.
Oh,
that's what you told me,
Stacey. That was a really good idea that we came up with.
Yes, we actually have a couple of questions for you. Would you mind answering, my dear?
Sure.
You're coming to Stanford next week. What for?
I'm coming to Stanford because I'm shooting a spread for the December Raw magazine. It's going to be really fun and cute. I think that the last couple of shoots I've done, especially the one that's out now, is very like bad girl, very the darker side of Keibs there. But this one's going to be very happy and smiley, and I'm going to be in cheerleader outfits and really cutesy and really fun.
Well, we all know you make anything look good. You could be standing in a pile of dog's do or standing next to Josh and still look good.
Thanks.
Question number 2. Is it true that MTV Cribs are coming to your house?
Yes.
What?
MTV Cribs is coming to my house they're coming here in 2 weeks, so that's why I'm home trying to get things straightened up around here because it's very hard to get your house straightened even when you are not even home. So I'm really excited about it. At first, I really didn't want to do it, but I decided that it would be a great experience. And I just have a condo, so that's why I was a little hesitant. But I think I have some pretty cool things in here, and I'd like to display my life to everyone.
Can I be like your butler? Like I'll answer the door all cool?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Come by.
All right. What's this about a tryout on the E! Network?
I have no idea.
All right. Internet rumor.
Well, I did meet people at E! Last time I was in L.A. I met people at the E! Network. They were really, actually the guy that I met there was like he had a really high position there, and he loved wrestling, which was awesome to walk into a room at a company like that, and then you don't have to explain exactly what you
right.
do. So,
well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we'll see what comes out of that. I would love to do stuff like that, but maybe I'll get the call after I get off here from the office telling me what's going on.
Well, as I always tell Stacy, I think that Stacy has so much talent, and watching her when she hosted the Raw 10th anniversary, I think she is a great co-host and should be doing either like a Monday Night Football or something with Fox, because all those girls have no talent as opposed
Lisa
to
Guerrero's the worst.
and Stacy has a lot of talent coming from a football background. Shut up, I'm trying to talk.
Yay! Put him in his place.
He's a little idiot. How was the Cancun shoot?
The Cancun shoot was awesome. It was this was my third Diva shoot, and it was the best one by far. We had a great time. The girls that were on my shoot was me, Trish, Lita, Victoria, Tori, and Sable, and we just had a blast. And the very last night, we all went out and had a good time, and it was just an overall very, very good shoot.
And the last night after Diva shooting, did you all dress up in lingerie and have pillow fights like what all us males think you girls do?
Uh-huh.
Oh, sweet. And did you guys all go out and eat everything you possibly could after your Diva shoot was over?
Yes, of course. We went out. We completely pigged out all together, and it's way more fun to do that all together. And we ate ice cream and pizza and burgers and all the stuff we shouldn't eat, I guess. And then we went out and we had a few drinks and we danced all night, and it was a really good time.
Man, I wish I was there. Well, we got to wrap you up a little bit.
Another question, Tommy.
Well, we already answered that. If you read, it says, do you want to be Babe of the Year? We started off with that,
of
idiot
course,
head.
I would love to be Babe of the Year because I don't have a website either, so it would be a great opportunity to have a website.
Well,
or you could
I
vote
think
for
all the fans should vote for Stacy at babe.wwe.com.
I don't even have to be here today.
And vote for Stacy.
This is great.
Because she is a hottie and because she's a nice person and she deserves to be. We need a new baby of the year
Aw.
until Trish comes on, and then I'll just kiss her ass too.
Oh, that's okay.
But
That's how it works around the wrestling business.
and watch us on Heat. Watch Stacy on Heat. Watch Stacy on Raw. I won't be on Raw, and we love Stacy.
Thanks, Dreamer.
Thank you for calling.
Okay, talk to you
Hey,
guys later.
Stacy, maybe I'll talk to you sometime later.
Okay, bye.
See ya.
You just monopolized that entire conversation.
Hey, it's a chick. Chicks dig me. She was my call. I got her right. She's on my speed dial.
Well, how come nobody
Because
lets me
look
make
at you.
phone calls to
Nobody
people
likes
I
you.
want to call?
You
There's
look-
people
Can I
I
have
want to
some
call
water
all the
here?
time.
I got a parched throat.
I'd like a water too, maybe, perhaps.
Vote for
So
Stacy.
far, Tommy Dreamer's got Trish Stratus' new DVD.
Lita book, which I'm
new
in.
book. The new Raw magazine that comes out this Tuesday.
With
He's got
Randy
an advanced
Orton.
copy with Randy Orton on the cover. And I've got nothing.
Sweet. What are we doing next?
Well, let's talk more about. Hopefully, we're going to get to talk to Draws.
He's not here yet.
We got,
Let's
well,
talk. Let's
Phil
answer
talked.
some of these
We-
email
okay,
questions.
which one do
People
you
have been asking me when am I going to come to the come back to the WWE. I've been here. I wrestle on Heat a lot. Stevie,
Sunday
it's
nights.
Stevie Night Heat. I
Spike
should be the
TV.
co-chairman of Heat because I'm always on it. Do we have Draws? My good friend Draws. Is he back? Draws.
Draws,
What is
guess
up?
what? Tommy Dreamer's in the studio this week.
Thank
Yes, he
God
is.
you're calling because Josh just sucks as a host.
Oh, I see how it is.
What up?
He's just
That's
being mean.
what
Draws.
actually, Tommy, I was just going through the other day. I was going through WWE.com and I was reading Spike's little thing on the name game, and it was pretty entertaining.
Thank you. Yes, Spike wrote a big column on WWE, and I was the butt of the joke, which I'm usually the butt of most jokes. And,
Well, you've got a big butt, and that's
and
okay.
hence, yep. But yes, it was very, very funny. I actually read the internet and laughed out loud while I was reading that.
You are the king of the game, though, from what I hear.
Yes, I will defeat anyone in it.
That's great.
So what's going on?
Not too much, hanging in there, talking to you guys on this wonderful day.
Yes.
It is a wonderful day out, Draws.
Yeah, we're having nice weather here. You know, it's not too bad. I think it's in the low 70s now. A little breeze coming off the river. It's kind of nice out here.
Draws, are you having a case of writer's block? Is that what's going on?
Last week there was a lot to write about, and I was like, and I'm thinking, and I was like, okay, my mind is playing tricks on me here. So I said, you know what, I'm going to take a week off, and I'm going to have my article in this week. I actually emailed Phil, I was like 2 days ago, and said, sorry about that. Got a lot going on in my mind, and so this week I'm going to have my article out there.
The rumor going around here on WWE.com is that the reason that you got a lot on your mind is because you're going to go after the $100,000 bounty that's been put on Goldberg.
Oh, I could definitely roll over him. He'll never know what hit him. I have a horn on here, but I wouldn't use it. I could probably take him out. He'd be a big speed bump, but hey, $100 grand's $100 man. Everybody else is going for it. I might as well.
I hear you.
I'm thinking of beating up Josh for like free.
You know what? I think actually people would actually pay you to do that, though, Tommy. So technically, if you did it, I'm sure people will contribute after the fact.
And he keeps moving his chair
I am not
very
moving.
close to me. He
Because
keeps wanting to touch
these
knees
chairs
and
are
stuff
these chairs
with me.
are on wheels. I
We
can't help it
need
that
a
they move
buffer
around.
man
Well,
zone
yeah, I
right
hear ya,
here. I
but
don't need you this
we
close
need a-
next to
we
me.
need a lock
In
on these
between
wheels.
at the movie theaters.
Tommy, we could go to the movies if you wanted to.
Forget it.
Draws, we got Tommy Dreamer here in the studio. We got a question here. What was it like working for ECW? Tommy Dreamer worked there.
Oh, actually it was great. Tommy was actually, a big influence when I was there. Of course I was about as green as they come and then some. But, just actually, talking to me about things. And, I was very entertained being there. It was a great place to go because of, the atmosphere that was there. It was definitely a great experience, and the ECW fans are second to none. And they are definitely extreme fans, and even to this day, when some of the guys go out there, you get the ECW chants because they're definitely diehard true fans, and I couldn't have asked for a better place to start out at than ECW. So I know Tommy was there from the beginning, and he really helped things along there, and he's had a long and great career, and as you said, he's on. People are asking him when he's coming to the W. That's wrong, Tommy.
Well, they
sorry,
don't
man.
want.
That
They're
ain't
not
right.
fans of the dark matches or heat. So
Hey, wrestling's wrestling, brother.
that's right.
You're getting that. Hey, that's what it's all about.
What else?
Draws, right now the SmackDown superstars are in Europe wrestling. What was it like wrestling internationally?
Actually, it was a good time. I went over to England twice and wrestled over there. I wrestled with when I was with the Road Warriors the one time, and then I actually had a match against Steve Blackman another time. And
the fans over there are diehard fans also. I mean, they want more and more, and I get a lot of emails from overseas all the time, from England. I get Bangkok. I mean, everywhere. And everybody's dying to see the WWE live. And I mean, when they do get to see them live, as guys have said, they're so thankful, they're so respectful, and they just, they'd love to see it more. But I know it's tough, especially on the guys, the traveling schedule, getting over there, coming back, and you don't get a lot of rest when you do those things.
Well, that's for sure. And as soon as the Superstars of SmackDown return from overseas, we got a big SmackDown in Cincinnati, Ohio this upcoming week. So, Phil, it's right, Phil. That's where we're going to be. You always double check. Phil's always double checking my stuff, Draws.
Well, do you give him a reason to?
No,
because he's an idiot.
I'm always
he probably says things off the top of his head.
I'm always 100% accurate.
Okay, I can believe you if you say it.
What is this?
Thanks, Draws. Draws, how about those 4-2 Terps? This week you guys host Duke. What do you think about that matchup?
Well, I'm hoping, we started off 0-2. We won 4 straight, and hopefully it's not going to be a blowover. I know that much, but, I'm looking forward to seeing my boys 5-2 and, get their roll on just like they did last year, and hopefully, get back in the top 25 sooner or later and, see how it ends up in the end with the bowl games.
We'll find out. It's not too far away, with their NHL starting. They had their big, thing. NHL's going to be starting in a couple of days. The NBA's going on, and
we got the baseball going on. We got a little bit of everything right now.
Yeah, hopefully baseball season wraps up and gets off the TV because I'm tired of seeing it.
Well, they always get, well, the Phillies aren't in anything, of course.
Yankees.
Too bad for them. But, they were killing me on UPN,
Right, you were getting preempted for SmackDown every week.
They were preempting me and putting SmackDown on Saturday nights, and not that that's a bad thing. Well, of course I go to watch it Thursday night. I'm like, okay, the Phillies are on.
Yeah.
I like the Phillies, but that kills me. Putting SmackDown back a couple more nights is not a good thing for me.
Right.
It ruins your TiVo programming also.
Oh, that I don't have TiVo yet, but I'm definitely looking into that.
You got to get it. It's great.
I hear it is just the best thing in the world for just saving it, getting everything, saving everything, and
I don't go over my house ever now. I just tape everything. Do you know what the capital of Bangkok is?
Thailand. Yeah, you messed up the joke. You messed up the joke.
I was going to hit him in his lower groin area, but I messed up my joke.
Tommy, by the way, you haven't been dressing your dog up lately, have you?
No. When you have writer's block, why don't you just write about your animals? Because those are great.
Oh, I know. That's very true, man. They definitely give you a lot to write about. The Great Dane here, she's laying on her couch right now, zonked out, and the cat's right on the deck running around. And yeah, they always give some entertaining stories. So that's probably what I should have done, but I'll get back into it this week.
All right.
Well, Draws, we're looking for... Sorry, Tom, did you want to continue?
I was just going to say thank you for coming on to our show here, and we appreciate you, as always, and we miss you, and we'll talk to you later, because we got Trish coming up, and Josh likes to impress the ladies, and he's running
boy, well, he needs to do everything he can to do that.
Yeah, he basically said you don't get none.
Draws, looking forward to the column this upcoming week, and appreciate your time each and every week here on Bite This.
All right, guys, you take care.
Peace.
Yeah.
Tommy, you be good. You take care out there in the ring, man.
All right, talk to you.
All right, peace.
Bye.
All right, that was Draws kicking in his 2 cents. We're going to have Trish. She's going to be with us for the probably the continuation of the show, so let's get in real quick. Tommy, tonight on SmackDown there is a battle rap between Kurt Angle and John Cena.
They're going to rap, what, presents, or what are you talking about?
The Undertaker,
Kurt can't rap.
The Undertaker will take on Chuck Palumbo. The return of Zach Gowen and Tajiri battles Ultimo Dragon. And 1 hour after SmackDown, click over to ABC for Stephanie McMahon on Jimmy Kimmel Live, or if you're like Tommy Dreamer, you can TiVo it. And
watch me on Heat
tomorrow morning.
On Sunday on Spike TV.
Monday night on Raw, live from Pittsburgh. Maven takes on Ric Flair. Next week here on Bite This, The Undertaker, the A-Train, and Dr. Tom returns.
I know another match that's going to happen on Raw that's non-advertised, but I can just sense it.
Would you do?
Because I'm good friends with her. I bet you Trish Stratus wants to take on Victoria. And hey, speaking of Trish, do we have her on the phone?
Well, hello.
Trish! Yay!
Excellent segue.
What a segue. I'm pretty good at this thing.
It's pretty good, yeah.
How are you, dear?
I'm great. How are you?
Well, I got sick from our hanging out in Toronto. You kept talking to me, and I came back with a cold. So you gave me your cold, and I don't want to say anything about internet rumors, but I don't want to say how I got it. So that's
Don't say anything.
Word. We just had, I had a special call from Stacy. She came on. I felt she needed to plug her, your guys' Babe of the Year. Keep showing that in front of my face, even don't beat you up there, Josh. But now, the girl, the advertised guest, Trish, I got your DVD in my hand right now. It's burning a hole in my hand.
That's because it's on fire.
Like it's hot, hot, hot.
It is. You look beautiful as always. You got your abs going. Plus, we got to talk about the Babe thing.
The Babe thing,
What's
yes.
going on, Trish? Talk to us.
Well, the Babe of the Year thing is pretty crazy. I'm actually quite shocked to see that I'm in the finals.
It's you versus Stacy.
I know, and I'm quite honored, to be honest with you, because, I guess that's the testament to the internet fans and just the fans everywhere. I think that's awesome. I'm really surprised, actually. But
Well, it's also a testament just how hard you go out and work and what a lovely person you are.
Are you opening that?
I'm opening it. Are there any Easter eggs in this DVD I need to know about?
Actually, there's quite a few Easter eggs.
Oh, well.
Can't fit
There's 3 Easter eggs. There's one that is me and I don't know if you remember when I did the show Excess with Coach.
Yeah.
Well, me and we had Perry Saturn on at the time. He was, with his friend Moppy, and he was really upset about losing Terry, I think, and was really into Moppy at the time.
Right.
And so I thought I would cheer him up and sing him "The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow." So I sang him, and I got him to sing along with that song. So that is an extra on there.
Sweet.
And
well, why don't you not tell me, Trish? Let me just, I just want to know if there was any.
Oh, well, yeah, there is, and of course I had to tell you about them. You can't just leave it and just...
Well, then why would we want to buy it? We want to search for it. If you just tell me, if you just give it to me, then I won't want to really buy it, will I?
I didn't tell you where the search is. I didn't tell you where the
okay, tell me where it is.
Well, the other one is the bloopers reel.
Right.
And it was really funny because when we set up this interview, we basically were sitting here for about 5 hours, and it was like we went into like 2 in the morning, and we just got delirious, me and the crew. And of course, when that happens, Trish gets a little crazy. And so what we did is we put together a bloopers reel at the end, and it's very funny because it kind of shows us off like just being kooky and wacky and being silly. And
as you girls always are.
Yeah, and I'd say that's like the most. Well, that's a big part of my personality, that quirkiness there, when you see that little bloopers reel. It's about 3 minutes of me being crazy. So.
And, of course, Trish's DVD is out here in the United States, Malaysia, Taiwan, and we've got emails from all over the world wondering when it's going to be out in their area. So let me do this real quick. The UK, it'll be out October 6th, so it just came out. Australia, Monday, October 20th. Indonesia, Tuesday, November 4th. New Zealand, Wednesday, November 19th. Canada, Tuesday, November 25th. That's my birthday. Japan, sometime in December. So fans all over the world watching us on their monitors on Bite This, that's when you can pick up Trish's new DVD. I'm going to take it from the office today and watch it when I get home.
I was just kissing your DVD cover, by the way.
But that's kind of weird.
Well, just because, you coughed, I have a cold, I missed you.
Aw, thank you.
I don't know what I was going to say, but...
Ask her how the autograph sessions are going, Tommy.
Yeah, you doing any,
Why did you ask me,
you
Josh?
going anywhere, like, with this DVD in the sense of you autographing it, I buy it, I get to see you, I get to talk to you, I get to experience your beautiful personality in person if I go to these autograph signings?
Well, thank you. Yes, this is true. This, obviously, I set up a lot of autograph signings because I figure I love meeting the fans, and it's a good opportunity to go out there. And actually, I've been getting a lot of great feedback from people. They're coming out to the store to buy the DVD, and then they'll come out to the signing to get me to sign it. And then they'll send me their feedback to my website. So I'm getting a lot of good feedback, and it's just I'm trying as much as I can to get out there and interact with the fans because, it's totally the fans who make me who I am out there.
Yes.
And, and it's really cool to kind of get their feedback and everything. So I've been doing that as much as I can, and after Raw, generally on a Tuesday, I've been staying in town and checking out an FYE store. Like, for example, this week on Tuesday, I'll be in Pittsburgh at the FYE store at the Pittsburgh, it's the mall at Robinson.
Yep, at 4 p.m.
At 4 p.m. till 6 p.m., yeah. So I'll be there signing autographs and meeting my fans of Pittsburgh, which would be cool.
I knew that because I stalk her.
And me knowing Trish the way I know Trish...
I laugh at my jokes.
Because you're not funny. Trish, she does answer to her fans on their website. She talks to the fans. She's a cool chick. She really is, and she's a really nice person. So you should go out and check her out. And plus, she's hot. So.
And on that note, let's take a phone call. We got Jeff calling from California. Jeff, you're on the phone with Trish Stratus, and Tommy Dreamer's in the studio.
Well, going on, guys? How you doing today?
What's up?
Hello.
Hey, Tommy, I got fans in Southern California that will pay good money for you to kick Josh's butt, first of all.
Ow! He just punched me in the head.
I saw that.
I do that for free.
There you go, man. Trish, I had a couple questions for you.
Okay.
First of all, which of your 4 title wins is your favorite? I wanted to ask this because I was at Unforgiven, and you seemed really emotional after you won the title for the 3rd time.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
You know what? I'd say each one has a special meaning to me. I mean, obviously, that one was very emotional, and having the opportunity to kind of speak after the match was a unique opportunity because we never get to really say how you feel exactly at that moment. And it's really a different feeling, you know, to leave the building and talk about it later in an interview. But so that moment was real for me and real true. So that was special. But obviously, WrestleMania winning this year for the 4th time has special meaning as well, just because, of course, I had fighting my 2 best adversaries, Jazz and Victoria. And, you know, just winning it for the 4th time at WrestleMania was a tremendous moment. And, of course, tying the record with Moolah at that point just is like an honorable spot. And so, you know, everything, of course, has its special meaning. The first one, just winning it the first time was amazing. And the second time was in Toronto. So, you know, I mean, every moment is very unique and special in itself. And I wouldn't mind, you know, a 5th special moment, actually.
And when are you going to come out to California to sign the DVD?
Well, right now we're working out all the different dates, and I'm not sure. I guess we're, you know what, coming up to California, I think at the end of next month. So hopefully there'll be some FYE signings there, and TrishStratus.com as well as WWE.com will post all my appearances, and hopefully I'll make it out there.
Thank you very much, Jeff, for
Jeff.
the phone call. Trish, we understand you're on the cover for the premiere issue of a magazine called Generate, which is spelled G-E-N-E-R and then the number 8, based out of New York City. What can you tell us about that?
Well, great opportunity. It's kind of cool. This is the first time I've been on a mainstream teen mag, which is kind of cool. You know, we just finished the interview a couple days ago, and they were super excited about having not only us, like having me on the cover, but having the relationship with the wrestlers, and I think they're going to look forward to having other wrestlers on the cover and also doing interviews with other wrestlers. So they recognize the you know how we are important to kids nowadays, and how we're, you know, talked about as much as the sports celebrities and as well as the Britney Spears and the NSYNCers as well. So we're it's kind of cool that they're recognizing us within that same genre and putting us out there with them.
Yeah, I love Britney Spears. Speaking of New York City, what are your thoughts about WrestleMania 20? What's your dream match for WrestleMania 20?
My dream match? Gosh, just to be part of WrestleMania 20 is a dream. It's a huge event, and if I'm involved, I'll be super excited just to be involved in the title run, you know, or that maybe I'll be retaining it by then, who knows. But yeah, it should be exciting, because right now, I mean, the women's division's super. Gosh, I mean, we just have, I think it's the most we've had women workers that are actually actively working, and we have 2 storylines going right now, which is a neat thing and a unique thing because we haven't had that before. And so, I mean, who knows where it's going to lead up to as far as when WrestleMania rolls around.
Yes, and I said it before, even before you came on, when Lita had gotten hurt, I believe you and Molly Holly really stepped up the women's division, and you guys are amazing at what you can do, and you were probably some of the best workers out there, all of you, from yourself, who, you, as you know, you're one of my favorites as a wrestler. Victoria, Crazy Victoria, you guys do things more than a lot of the guys can do. So you guys have earned your stripes in the WWE and should be represented well at WrestleMania.
Thank you. I hope so.
Because you rock. But what about your, we talked about the Babe thing. So guys, oh yeah, I didn't mention this. I talked about that secret thing that me, you, and Stacy were talking about, that if you both tie for Babe of the Year, you guys are going to do a Playboy centerfold together.
Did you make that deal, Tommy, or what?
Well, remember we talked about that, you know, in private, me, you, and Stacy. So I basically...
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to start any internet rumors, but, you know, so... Wait, we got Charlie from New Jersey on the phone.
Hey, Charlie, you're on the phone with Trish Stratus and Tommy Dreamer is live in the studio.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Trish, I had a question for you. How do you feel being named WWE Diva of the Decade at the Raw 10th Anniversary Special?
Well, that obviously was a huge career moment for me. I'm really excited about that. And but I mean, I have to always say, like, it really is important that I mention the fact that when I won the award, I dedicated it to the divas and all the people who worked with us, because I don't think there would have been that kind of interest or that kind of spot created if we hadn't done that as a team, all of us. the fact that, it's like, well, you've won the title 4 times. Well, I've had 4 wonderful opponents to work with, and, you've been on the cover twice. Well, I'm lucky that I had the Diva magazine to be able to do that in the Diva franchise itself, where we're able to go out there and make these magazines and make these specials and these DVDs. And so I think just, now we're really lucky as women to be in this business that we have these different opportunities, so we're able to, reach high and achieve these high goals, which, thankfully I've had the opportunity to do. And so Diva of the Decade was a big thing in my career, a huge moment for me. And I'll try and represent for the next 10 was what I'll try and do.
Right on, Charlie. Thank you very much for the question. Go ahead, Tommy. I didn't mean to interrupt.
What about Lita? I got her book next to your DVD, and actually right now I'm making them touch and kiss each other. But what about Lita's return? You guys are hanging out. You're being tag team partners. I like seeing that. How do you like tagging with Lita? I'm happy to see her back. What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm very excited about that. I think, just before she left, I think people saw us team up at Invasion was the last time we actually teamed up together.
Right.
And we took on Stacy and Tori. And I could just tell the fans were really excited to see the teaming of us together. So, I think when she went away, the women's division just kind of grew. And so now she's, lucky to come back into it where it's like it's a thriving division. And we're anxious to see, what she's got in store for the division and everyone else around. And I think us teaming is pretty cool. I think we're certainly like unique entities out there. And so it's kind of a neat combination to put us out there together. We have different styles, I think, so putting us together is kind of a neat thing, and I think fans are really digging it. And I mean, that's the feedback I'm getting from people when I see them. They're excited to see us together, and so am I, so it's pretty cool.
Sweet. We have a question from Tommy Dreamer from Yonkers, New York. Do you think you should enter the women's division to help your career? Well, I think so, yes. I maybe should. It's hot. It's happening.
Where's that at?
I just made it up. I'm just saying maybe I should enter the women's division. Maybe my career would turn around.
I thought it was on the instant feedback.
Shut up, Josh.
So,
Trish,
really
besides
nice.
the most questions on the internet right now that are being fed to me
it
are
says hit Josh.
For
That's
hit
what it
Josh,
says.
but the other ones are to marry you. So if you're ever feeling desperate or lonely, you just go on the internet and you got about 9 million people wanting to ask you to marry you.
Well, great. That's good to know.
If you could manage again, Trish, who would it be from Ice Kid 900 in the Hizzle?
I would like to manage Tommy Dreamer. That would be a dream of mine.
Sweet. Well, I actually managed you in Philadelphia. I was your biatch in Philly. I was your valet.
You did.
And we had some fun.
You managed me a win, didn't you?
Yep.
That was awesome, actually.
See how all the girls like me and nobody likes Josh, male or female.
Wow, I'm sorry, Josh.
That's okay. It happens, I suppose.
Trish, if you weren't a WWE diva, what would you be?
I would probably, if everything was going according to my other plan, I would be Dr. Stratus right now. I'd probably be just about starting my own practice or finishing up med school, somewhere around there.
I would get sick every single week if you were my doctor.
Thank you. I would look forward to giving you a lollipop with each visit.
Sweet. What else is going on? Hang on. Tommy, is there any Best of Tommy Dreamer DVD video? Pff, absolutely not.
I'm working on it right now, though.
Yeah, we're right on it.
So listen, I want to say that, if I win Babe of the Year again, which I'm super excited about the possibility, last year I really, kind of made a photo shoot where I could sort of show my own personality and people got a gist of, who I was about. But I think this year if I win, what do you guys think if I, let the fans choose what type of photo shoot I do?
I think that's tremendous.
Wow, that's pretty
a great
good.
idea.
That's going to help out your internet voting right now.
In fact, they could send me to TrishStratus.com what they'd like to see me in my photo shoot, if indeed I win. That's how we should do that.
Email
all
her.
About the fans. This is about the fans voting. It's so amazing. So, I think they should get what they want.
You should run for political. Why don't you just run for governor? I'd vote for you.
Arnold did it.
Okay.
I don't think they have governors in Canada.
We don't have governors. Yeah, otherwise I would.
I think there's prime ministers and things of that nature.
There is kind of, but not really. Do you know what I mean?
That's what you get at a wedding. You get to choose between lobster and prime minister, right?
No, it's prime.
Yeah.
Oh,
almost
okay.
the same. Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
sometimes you got to just nod and go, Tommy. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, I'm not good at wrestling. I'm definitely not good at this hosting thing.
Can you scoot
stop touching me?
Your chair is bothering me.
Trish, we have these chairs with these wheels on it, and this kid keeps rolling next to me. He's touching my elbows. He's touching knees with me.
I can't sit still. That's my problem. Trish, we understand that you're coming to Stamford, lovely Stamford, on October 15th. What are you going to be doing here?
I will be singing. I will be recording a song.
Really?
Yes. we'll be releasing a CD that has some of our best voices on there, actually, and I will be putting the chords to good use.
A wrestling album's going to be happening?
No, it's just a collection of songs from certain singing people within the roster. Tommy, do you sing?
Get your finger on the pulse of the community, would you please, Tommy Dreamer?
Tommy, do you sing?
Like the wrestling album? Yes, I'm going to be doing a duet with Stacy. We already arranged it, kind of like Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Oh, yeah.
Because I got all the back, and so does she, so,
Yes, I see that.
Sorry, next time you could do it with me, not this time.
Fine.
We got an email here from Zach of Delaware. Trish, do you realize that it has been exactly 1 year since we've seen you in a bra and panties match? Why haven't you been in one since?
Wow. Well, I guess I haven't been asked to be in one.
I don't think she needs to be in one because she's a great accomplished wrestler, and that was more for the TNA aspect, but she's more, you want to see me in a bra and panties? No. So you don't need to see it because she's an accomplished wrestler. That bra and panty stuff is for more of the girls who aren't trained as professional wrestlers. I bet you Trish Stratus would whip your ass.
It wasn't my question. It was an email question from Zach of Delaware. That's my job, to ask the email question.
I got your DVD. I want to see how tough it is. Trish, I just hit Josh with your DVD, and he's crying right now.
So that means my DVD's solid.
That's right, it's solid.
Hey, on a serious note, I do want to say that if it has been a year since the bra and panties match, that is a testament to our hard work, and that we have gone out there and proved that people want to see more than just the TNA out there and actually watch our wrestling. So that's kind of a cool note.
I agree.
Is my head bleeding?
Shut up.
Oh my goodness, guys!
It feels like it's bleeding. Why did you do that?
Trish, do you see yourself coming to Florida for a DVD signing? She's coming everywhere for this DVD signing, Internet. Just go and either look on her website. And,
TrishStratus.com.
Thank you, Josh.
You're welcome.
She will tell you where Trish will be, and you can get Stratisfaction guaranteed wherever you see her. And you know what another great thing is about these divas are? I went out with them right after their diva shoot, and these girls are true, they're so cool because they just ate every single thing you could possibly imagine. Dessert. They didn't go in the bathroom and purge afterwards.
That's called bulimia.
They're nuts. Me and Trish, we always after catering, we have fights. We fight about dessert. So they're cool girls. They're just, awesome. Vote for everybody.
Vote for everybody. Yeah, desserts. We like desserts, that's for sure. And everything. Trish likes burger and fries a lot as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we got another email question. Tommy, this is an email question, so don't hit me after I ask it. This is from Brian of Michigan. A few superstars use nicknames to describe their fans, such as Christian, The Rock, and Scott Steiner. If Trish was to give her fans a nickname, what would it be?
Wow. Well, I guess, gosh, that's interesting. I don't know. I guess the people need to name themselves. What do you think? Maybe we can have Stratulation, the Stratus Faction. I don't know. What do you guys think? Can you guys help me think of something? What can I call my people?
Trish fans. That's really, really innovative there, Tommy.
Thanks.
Trish fans. That's what you said, Tommy? That's your idea?
That's what I said. Right off the top of my head. I used to be a creative genius, but not anymore.
Oh, that's very
We'll
good.
think about it. Hey, let's just go to your internet site and vote. That's a good question. At TrishStratus.com.
That's where it is, Trish. I would have got it, but you hit me in the head so hard that I'm seeing triples and things are all there's stars going on, and it's not a good time right now, Tommy.
And speaking of stars, we have a bright star, Trish Stratus, on the phone.
You're really good at the segue thing, by the way.
I am.
You're tremendous.
And I got the Lita book, and I got the Trish DVD. I went out and bought it, and I got the Lita book. I went out and bought that. I got water.
Do you have the special edition?
I do.
The special edition has the top 10 most Stratus moments, which last time on Bite This, you guys allowed me to tell the fans to go vote for, or to pick the top 10 moments. So those are them right there.
And I think that's why you're such an internet fave, because not only you ask the questions of the fans and then you respond to them, and that's what it's all about, being a consummate babyface performer that you are.
Thank you.
Stop. He keeps trying to steal my DVD. Go out and buy it. Spend a couple of dollars.
Who's he?
You. As opposed to that cheap wardrobe you're wearing.
I'm going to the gym as soon as we're done here, Tommy Jr., but that's just another story in itself.
Because you're huge.
I have been trying. Listen, Trish, we'd really like to thank you for joining us here on Bite This afternoon. For all your time, and I hope that the DVD autograph things go well. My head's ringing from Tommy hitting me, and I'm bleeding. I'm going to need to go to a emergency and medical facility pretty soon. So
You'll do that after they go to the gym, though, of course, right?
Yeah.
Of course. Well, I got to work out first. I'll just wrap it up, put a Band-Aid
Hang
on it.
on, Josh is being rude again. Trish, would you like to comment or talk about anything before we go? He already blew off William Regal.
I did not.
He blew off Stacy Keibler. He asked me to leave at like 4:30. So is there anything you'd like to talk about before we say goodbye to you, as opposed to rushing you off the air? This is the internet. This is our show. We could go on longer. We can do whatever we want to do. This is our show.
Well, I would like to sing a big shout-out to the fans to say thank you for everything they've done for me, and for, I am where I am because of them. So, and I'm not saying that to reflect in any of the Babe of the Year voting. I really do mean that. And with the release of my DVD and just being out there and meeting all the fans and getting the feedback from the fans, it has shown me that everyone has, they care about what I do, and they have appreciated the effort that I put into this DVD to make it everything it is. So I thank everyone for them, for that, and for their support. And most importantly, I'd like to say, Tommy Dreamer, you're the best in the world.
Thank you. My fans here on the WWE website asked when I was coming back to the WWE, so my fan base is really strong. But I love the fans, too.
Everywhere are Tommy Dreamer fans just by default.
Yes. Well, thank you for joining us here on Bite This, Tommy Dreamer's new show. And we appreciate your time and consideration, and good luck on all your endeavors, and good luck on your Babe of the Year, and good luck on your match with Victoria that may or may not happen on Raw.
I think that that may happen on Raw.
I think so, too, because you got to get her. She threw you into the steps.
Yeah, and I have to tell you, my ribs are feeling a little bit better, but not 100%, thanks to her.
Right. And watch me on Heat Wrestle Test with Stacy, who you can vote for on WWE.com. You see how all these things segue? We all intertwine.
Babe.WWE.com.
As opposed to you loser SmackDown guy.
Blue team.
Thank you, Trish.
Thank you, guys.
I will see you on Monday.
Indeed you will.
I'll meet you in catering. I'm the fat guy eating the cheesecake.
I'll make you the cheesecake.
Bye, baby.
Bye.
Okay, so that was Trish Stratus here on Bite This. Tommy Dreamer's been here live in the studio. He hit me in the head really hard. And
stop crying.
It hurts. It
I've
still
had
hurts.
16 concussions. Shut up.
It still hurts.
Good.
Well, Tommy, tonight SmackDown takes place.
We're going to watch SmackDown. I'm going to be taping
Not
it on
together.
TiVo. Never. We're going to watch the battle rap between Kurt Angle and John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to watch The Undertaker versus Chuck Palumbo, the FBI, and Nunzio, my boy Nunzio.
Mm-hmm.
Is he there at ringside?
We're
going to have to tune in and watch, you idiot. That's how you make people watch the show.
We'll find out if the other 2/3 of the FBI are at ringside, and if they are, I still think the dead man can pull it off because he is The Undertaker.
Yes. Zach Gowen returns from that horrible... He got pushed with a wheelchair by Brock
Lesnar first broke Zach's leg, and then Brock Lesnar pushed Zach Gowen down a 25-foot flight of stairs. Last week on SmackDown, Zach Gowen said he's going to be back in ring action tonight on SmackDown.
I like Zach Gowen. He's a really, really good guy, and it's amazing that he's a wrestler, but every single day of Zach Gowen does things. He's an amazing athlete. I like Zach a lot. He's a good person, unlike you.
Good.
And Tajiri defends his cruiserweight title. Something I could never. That's a title I could never get. Is that cruiserweight title?
No.
Non-title?
Well, Tajiri is the cruiserweight champion.
Why is it non-title?
Because Tajiri's getting ready for a huge match at No Mercy in just 10 days.
So he won't put the title on
No
the
Mercy,
line?
live from Baltimore, Maryland. The first Mariner Arena. No Mercy will take place. It's going to be amazing.
Tajiri, major diss props to you for not putting your title on the line against Ultimo Dragon.
Maybe he doesn't want to. You only have to defend your titles once every 30 days.
Have you looked at my record? I don't have a title. And an hour after SmackDown, click on over to ABC for Stephanie McMahon on the Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Jimmy Kimmel Live. It's going to be tremendous. So this has been Bite This. Tommy Dreamer, thank you very much for joining us in the studio. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Everyone loves that you're here.
Next
Hang
week,
on 1 second.
Dr. Tom is coming back, and he's got The Undertaker and the A-Train.
Yeah, Dr. Tom will be back next week, so hopefully we'll have another big party like we did last week, and cake and ice cream and pie and
Bye,
pizza and
Internet.
everything.
We love
This
you.
has been Bite This. He's Tommy Dreamer. I'm Josh. We'll see you.